So I read this article online, and I'll put a link to it in the video description. And it's about this guy essentially saying that the only way the GOP can return to its roots is one of two ways. Either A, we elect Ron Paul, or B, we have a Clinton administration. And I'm afraid he's kind of right. The only way Republicans are going to get their heads on straight and go, oh crap, we were once the party of small government, is when they realize what the Clinton administration is going to do to this country, which isn't good. And another article I was reading about, which I'll also put a link to in the video description, is about how Ron Paul, who may not win the Republican nomination, may run as a Libertarian or a Constitution Party candidate. Of course, he's denied any such claims, and this was more of an opinionated article, but I thought it was important. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because we have a problem. If Ron Paul, Dennis Kucinich, Mike Gravel, none of those three get the nomination of their respective parties, we are going to be in big trouble, because we're not really going to have a good choice to pick from. And it's unfortunate that third parties get marginalized so much. And I might vote for a Democrat over the Republican anyways, if I know it's going to be like Giuliani versus Edwards or something. But if it's like Clinton versus Giuliani, that is going to be the absolute worst two choices we have ever had in the history of the United States. I swear. And the reason why I bring this up is because we need a rally behind those three candidates, Ron Paul, Dennis Kucinich, and Mike Gravel, and help them get their nomination. Because if we're stuck with those two, it'll give a whole new name to picking the lesser of two evils. Because they just would ruin what little freedoms we have left. And quite honestly, we Ron Paul supporters, and Dennis Kucinich and Mike Gravel supporters as well, need to realize the dangers that may come about if none of them get the nomination, which is still pretty likely. Ron Paul's rising, but I mean, even if he didn't get it, we all have to realize it might just be because of the Diebold machines, or because people are they just go, well, Romney won Iowa and New Hampshire, now everybody's going to vote for him. So, I mean, there's so many factors to take into account. I really do plan on him winning, but you can't just put out the other possibilities. And we can't let the two front runners become president. We just can't. As Americans, we have the right to protect ourselves and our freedoms, and we cannot let Giuliani or Clinton become president. So I'm just asking all supporters of all Kucinich, Gravel, and Paul to rally behind a third-party candidate. And if Ron Paul decides to run on a Constitution ticket or a Libertarian ticket, God, that would make things a lot easier. But we need to do something, and we need to have a backup plan if Ron Paul fails, or if the other two fails, because if we don't, we may never become a free country again, and that's just unacceptable. So, look into the third-party candidates, and do the right thing.